On today's DNVR Broncos podcast, we are joined by Broncos captain Alex Singleton to tell us why he re-signed with the Broncos, some other moves the Broncos have made, and give us some insight as to what he brings to this team. Looking forward to that conversation in just a couple of minutes. Plus, we're breaking down all the Broncos moves. And yes, there are Broncos moves starting now. Just like they've done in the past 24 hours. Ryan, you're going to be thrilled with this when I tell you. But first, got to welcome you into the Toyota Lounge, driven by your local Front Range Toyota stores inside the DNVR Bar. We got Thursday vibes here on the DNVR Broncos show. RK, Hank, Dion, Zach, rocking and rolling with you today. Fellas, you don't know the news, do you? Ryan?
I don't know the news. I've been on a meeting for the last hour.
Can you guess?
There were like 3 free agents that were Broncos free agents that they haven't re-signed. They just re-signed one of them.
Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yep.
Beep, 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 beep.
Let's go.
Lil Jordan is back. There's nothing small about this news. There we go. That's the 4th guy that since we logged off this show yesterday, the Broncos have re-signed. And at this point, guys, it's just like funny now because it's just like, wow, this is inconceivable that we've gone now 72 hours, 73 hours actually now, and they still haven't signed an outside guy. There was a lot of so many people frustrated the first 24, 48 hours. Now I'm starting to see people just be like, this is a bit now, and the Broncos are just leaning all the way in.
Yeah, the Broncos are trolling you. And if
You
you're like
personally.
me, yes, you. They are trolling you.
Yeah. This is all about you in particular.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
listen.
Yeah, it is about you.
Crazy. I mean, I still remain that there hasn't been anyone signed since early day one that I was like, oh, why didn't we get him?
No.
That's a good point.
But yeah, it would just be nice to have something new to talk about.
Well, because you just need the shiny object to catch people's attention at this time of year, because people are upset. And what happens is you re-sign Lucas Kroll. Do we know? Is there any guaranteed money in the minimum contract for Lucas Kroll?
Not that has been reported.
I would imagine very little. At least it's a guy. You bring 90 guys to training camp.
I was
let
going
them
to say
compete.
it's a camp invite really.
I know, but it turns into a Broncos countrywide emergency because they haven't done anything else. If there was just one shiny thing that everybody could look at, you would look at a tiny little minimum move for a training camp guy as such a small thing, but you wouldn't even look at it at all. But instead, here we are.
Yeah,
you just
now it's compounding.
Right. But this is what is going to happen if you're George Payton and Sean Payton and you don't go do that. The reaction is predictable, expected in this situation, even
100%.
if I don't totally agree.
Yeah, no, I mean, the reaction from the fan base, clearly the Broncos don't give a F. And, I could have told you that before, that Sean Payton doesn't care, but they do not care. And you know what? They probably shouldn't, from what they've done the past couple of years, how they've turned this team around. I will say I'm disappointed how people have turned on the Broncos. Sean and George, and also the ownership group, they have got the Broncos to where they were from this dark place of no playoffs and no winning seasons for 8 straight years. And then they just got the team to the best record in the NFL, got them to the AFC Championship game. Were the Broncos good enough last year? I can make the case. Yes, they were. They just were a Bo Nix injury away from making the Super Bowl and potentially winning the Super Bowl right there. It's weird that they haven't made any outside moves, but
It is weird.
Why are we in the Twitter chat? I've already seen it. Fire George Payton. What are we talking about, like, I hope that's a joke, but I've just seen so many of them, not really on our show, just a couple, but just out there. It's like, man, these people earn the benefit of the doubt from me. And it is like, if they had signed Little Jordan, but he had a different name and played on a different team, it's kind of crazy. Just like how I'd be like, oh, okay, at least we signed someone. But they haven't. And it is weird. I admit that. But like, I agree with you, Ryan. Like, there's no one on Tuesday, Wednesday, today that's been signed where it's like, man, Broncos really missed out there.
Also, a little behind the scenes. So this morning did the draft pod, and Yaya was a little aggressive with banning people. And in conversations before the show, I heard rumors that the bans are going to come out pretty quickly. So what I will say is, you're going to get one. Everybody gets to make their little joke about the Broncos offseason, but fair warning, you're probably going to be out. So make sure it's a good one if you're going to get yourself banned.
Well, it's the personal attacks that you can't do. You can be mad about the Broncos all you want, but it's just saying terrible things about people that will get you sent.
Like, you don't need to keep calling me the Gestapo, for example.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, that one probably get you banned.
Yeah. It's over my head
Please,
anyway.
Dion, ban them.
You know what? I'm happy. I'm happy I said everything I did, because now we're getting the reasonable people coming out. We have a George Payton for president right there. So Ivan says this was a weak free agent class anyway in the NFL, and I do agree with that. And just a lot of people. CD Scheller says Alex is the bomb. We're gonna have Alex Singleton on in 9 minutes, and we're gonna get some good insight from him as well. So before we have him on, past 24 hours since we've logged off. So Broncos re-signed Lil Jordan Humphrey. That's probably the least surprise move that the Broncos have made, just because like Henry, you've mentioned how the Broncos need like at least one more receiver.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, what's one receiver that is a different skill set than what the Broncos have? It's Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Sean Payton's love for Lil Jordan Humphrey. And Lil Jordan Humphrey decided to leave the Broncos last free agency. He realized that was a mistake, then signed with the Broncos at the end of last season. So no surprise there. You can probably chalk him up to a roster spot, or at least a practice squad spot, and then he's going to get bumped up later in the year. Let's get to some other moves that the Broncos have made. Speaking of... No, never mind. That transition didn't work.
Okay.
Adam Prentice. We talked about him yesterday.
Yeah.
He's back, baby.
Most universally supported move by the Broncos this offseason?
Really? That's nice.
I think so.
I agree.
There we go.
Yeah. And shout out for everyone knowing Ball. Like, if you know that fullback's good, you know Ball right there.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not like Adam Prentice? He's a fullback with a mustache.
Who scored a touchdown.
He did.
He did score.
He had a couple
touchdown.
big plays.
He did.
He also had maybe the most head-scratching play. Not him, but he was involved in the most head-scratching play. Was it third and 10? And they did an Adam Prentice like fullback dive.
That was in London.
Yep.
Yeah, that caused me to blow a gasket.
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, there were no
gasket
gaskets
there.
left. I mean, that Jets game was the end of all gaskets.
Yeah, thank God they won.
I know.
Would have ruined a
Thank God
great
they won.
trip.
Oh, it would have ruined a great trip.
Really would've.
Still, we'd be like, how did they not beat the Jets? It would have snapped the win streak. Yeah.
Wouldn't have had home field.
And that's the team they're trying to run it back with, Zach.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I cannot believe that. Insane. Matt Henningsen is back. And you might be like, wait. I've heard that. I've heard that name before, but I couldn't tell you anything about him.
Well, you should be able to say a couple things about him.
Tell me a couple things about him.
6th round draft pick
Oh, impressive.
out of Wisconsin.
Impressive.
Has played a few times with the Broncos, made a couple plays.
Okay, keep going.
Maybe some injuries recently.
Wow, keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay, that is pretty impressive. Why you probably know the name and may not know much more than that is because he was a 6th round draft pick in 2022.
Where was he out of?
Wisconsin.
Yep.
He
Hell yeah.
played all 17 games in 2022, played all 17 games in 2023. In 2024, he got injured. And in 2020, didn't he get injured in 2024?
No.
What happened? Oh, he was practice squad in 2024. So
They
did not
just-
play a single
They had
game.
added so many defensive linemen.
In 2025, last year, when the Broncos were in San Francisco, he popped his Achilles.
Yep.
And so was out all
my biggest fear.
season long. Oh, God, me too. Actually, my biggest fear is smashing my teeth in, and then second might be Achilles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That smashing your teeth in's a lot harder than tearing your Achilles, I think.
I would agree. Yeah. When I was in middle school, two kids collided, and one kid's front teeth went into the other's forehead.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
like came
remember,
out. Yeah, just brutal.
Would you rather be the kid without the teeth or the kid with the teeth in the forehead?
Kid with the teeth in the forehead.
Probably.
Yeah.
There was like a big, wait, is that a real thing that happened?
Yeah.
Because I remember there was like a rumor when you'd go to Waterworld that if you went in the wave pool that had happened to someone.
I could see that in a wave pool.
I think the only piece of the timeline you missed was in 2023, beginning of November. I had seen that Matt Henningsen had dressed up for what I thought was an elf for Halloween at the Broncos party. So I asked him, I was like, so how'd you decide to be an elf? Like, isn't that more of a Christmas thing? And he said it was, I'm Link from Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
And got a little upset.
Of course, yeah. Well, Matt Henningsen might also be the smartest Bronco on the team right now, because he is also like, what are you when you're an astronaut?
An astronaut.
No. What is your schooling background? Like an
Astrophysicist.
physicist?
Could be, yeah.
I think that's what he is. And like he had an opportunity to go to Harvard grad to be an astrophysicist to become an astronaut or something. So
was the NFL.
He's back. Hopefully we actually get to see him on the field this week or this year. And honestly, a good low key move because he has been a player for the Broncos. Broncos lose JFM, so maybe he actually plays this year in kind of a rotational role. And the final one, Broncos brought back the best player on their team, Lucas Kroll. I can't believe this move's not being celebrated more.
Yep. Again, you had to have something shiny to distract people. Otherwise, every move is just another disappointing move, which is not what Lucas Kroll deserves.
And I don't disagree with people being disappointed when they see the Lucas Kroll move come down. Like it's just it should be expected.
It's one of those,
when nothing else has happened. It's just like another one, really. So I don't disagree with anyone, and I don't have any great feelings about Lucas Kroll. I also don't think it precludes the Broncos from making another move at tight end, but they would have to make a move at anything before I would believe they were going to make a move at anything.
Right. And I'm not big Lucas Kroll guy. But it's just you bring 90 guys to camp, and so what do you do with your tight end room? We don't need to relitigate everything, but as of now, your three guys on the roster, you got Evan Ingram, Adam Troutman, Nate Adkins, and then you decide who do we want competing for? Maybe we'll keep 4 if somebody's good enough, or maybe we'll definitely keep at least a couple on the practice squad. And so you say let's bring in a couple undrafted free agents. Might as well let Lucas Kroll come back and compete because he's probably better than those guys. Maybe draft a guy. And it's just that's just how you build your team. Is Matt Henningsen comes back to compete for a job on the practice squad. That's no need to make him the target of anybody's frustration.
A move I am fired up about is the Broncos re-signing Alex Singleton, and he is joining us coming up next.
Shout out to our new friends over at Sling. It's March, and you know what that means. It's time to watch a whole bunch of basketball. And for a lot of us, it can be kind of tricky to do because sometimes the channels get kind of weird for all these tournament games. But what makes it really easy is Sling. Sling has a new product where you can sign up for a pass, either a 1-day pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, and you get instant access to all the live TV for the men's and the women's tournament. Day pass starts at just $4.99. So you can just log on, watch all the games right there. And obviously it works for things other than basketball as well. If you're just trying to watch something on TV, there's a whole day of things that you want to watch. Sling has you covered. So make sure that you go check that out. You can go to sling.com/underdog. Plus, if you purchase any pass from Sling and a 12 through 16 seed makes it to the round of 16, then your next day pass is just $1. Live TV your way. Learn more at sling.com/underdog. No purchase required. To learn more and see the full rules, visit sling.com/underdog.
Hello to fresh. That's HelloFresh for you. That's what they do because they say hello at your door by delivering fresh food for you to cook. And if you want home cooking, HelloFresh makes it easy, simple, and delicious to do by delivering great taste to your door night after night. You get the joy of home cooking. You get the satisfaction of home cooking, and you don't have to go grocery shopping. You don't have to worry about recipes because it's sent straight to you. They've got 35 high-protein recipes each week, GLP-friendly options, Mediterranean, feel great with wholesome ingredients and sustainability, and you're going to feel great with the deal they're giving you. If you go to HelloFresh.com/Broncos10FM, you're going to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife, which is a $144.99 value on your third box. Offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Go to HelloFresh.com. Use that code Broncos10FM now. Welcome back to the DNVR Broncos Podcast. Hit us with a thumbs up and let's go out to the Xfinity Mobile call-in line where we have Denver Broncos captain Alex Singleton. Let's go, Alex. How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm pumped up to be joined by a man that just signed a 2-year, $15 million deal. Alex, why re-sign with the Broncos? You hit the open market. You could have gone somewhere else. Why come back?
There's nothing better. We live here. I love this team. I love this city. I love the organization, owners, coaches, and we're trying to win a Super Bowl, and there's no better place to do that than here.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't remember. It must have been like a training camp when they started building the new facility. I think you were pointing out like guys who would be around for the new facility. And at that point, we're like kind of unsure whether you would be one of them, but you made it. Like you get to be in the new building.
Yeah. So my locker is like right by the door to go to the training room in the old building now, I guess you would say. And, yeah, me and Will Lutz are near each other. So we always used to we had a fake list, but we'd write people's names down who were like making it to the new building. So right when I signed, he texted me and he's like, "You made it."
Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome. Alex, glad you came on because if you didn't, I was going to change my entire opinion of you. But I'm glad you're here. Honestly, how much do you pay attention to social media reaction, all of that stuff?
Not much. I mean, I think the best part about this whole thing is the support of your family and friends, the people that have been with you the entire time. I honestly haven't even, besides reposting some stuff, it's hard to get on, just the people that are close to you that reach out that I've, talked to and are just proud and excited. And, free agency, a lot of people assume that guys are just talking to other teams or talking to your team for these past few weeks. You don't really talk at all. So you don't actually know what's going on. So all the stuff on Twitter and Instagram that people are seeing and predicting is as much as my mom's seeing, as much as I know. Your agent's doing as much, but until it kind of starts, you don't really know. And so, yeah, once it's kind of over, you're just, relieved and just excited to get going. Cause my family was just more where are you going to live? What are you going to be doing? All this stuff. And, my wife's just I just want to live in Denver, and you never know. And so, once that was over, yeah, I could kind of care less what anybody else thinks. I care more about, my family, close friends and everybody and the team. And, that's all that matters.
Well, we're pumped that you're back, and Justin's got to be pumped that you're back as well. He's back as well. Now it's very clear. Like you said at the end of the season about Justin, you were asked, does he deserve to be a starter now? And you're like, what are we talking about? He's been a starter for 2 years now, but now he gets that day one starting role next to you. What's it going to be like you two pairing up at inside linebacker all season?
No, it's going to be fun. It's exciting. It's something, we've talked about for years. When Josie left, that was the first conversation. He's like, "Hey man, do you think we're going to be able to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, we can." But then obviously, they signed Cody, and then I got her, but then he got to play. And, last year, it's the same thing. It's people ask, yeah, I mean, last year we started 11 or 12 games together. And so it's yes, week one we'll be starting together, but last year, week 1 through 8, we started together. So I mean, he's ready to be a day one starter because he has been for the last year. So, no, I'm super excited for him. I'm so happy for him. Like watching, the work that somebody puts in and earning, the contract that he got is really special, and it's just really awesome to see.
When did you realize that he was like good enough to be a starter for you guys? Because I mean, like coming out, he was obviously like tall and athletic, and you could tell that he had the tools, but never really got the opportunity. Was there a moment when you realized like Justin should be starting in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, once he got to play, like so it's funny. He'll probably hate this story, but whatever. He played when they played the Browns. You guys they played the Browns. It was before I was here,
Yeah.
and
It was bad.
like he was younger, and they just didn't play. And it's never on like one guy. That's what I hate about any of it is like if a team has a bad game or whatever. And I think the final score was like 13-10. Like as bad as the defense could play, they only gave up 13 points. But whatever. And like when I got here, he was like, dude, yeah, it sucked. Like I didn't play good that day. And it's like, oh yeah, I get that. It's your first time starting. Like it can be a lot. That's completely understandable. And so then, it really took. I mean, me and Josie were both healthy for 2 full seasons, and so nobody took a rep besides us. And then we signed Cody after Josie left, and then when I got hurt week 3, it was like, all right, Justin, like as one of his like best friends, I'm like, dude, I'm just excited for you to get the opportunity. Like it sucks it took me getting hurt for you to get this opportunity, but like I'm in your corner now. Like you have the next 14 weeks to just go prove who you are. And I think the first play against the Jets, we called the blitz to get him calmed down. He sacks Aaron Rodgers, and it's like, I just remember him coming to the sideline and like, you can just feel someone's energy and excitement. And right when he did that, he was like, I'm good. And I was like, yeah, you're fucking good. Like, great. And he's been able to do that ever since and earned what he got, this week.
Are you a little disappointed that you have to continue listening to his sports takes?
I'm full. I love when he just pisses everybody off in the office. He has like the select few that he goes after. Like McGlinchey and Notre Dame are always a shot from Justin. That's for sure. Like him and Bonito go after. They argue about edge rushers every day. It's so good, and it's nonstop all day. And he'll walk by me and go, "Hey, watch this," and just go into somebody with the best random, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who that person is, and he'll have facts about like his high school, and it's the best. There's nothing there.
Well, we had an event with him last year, and he got us pretty rattled up about some sports takes too. He knows exactly where to push the buttons.
Oh, he knows exactly where to, and he knows what you're a fan base of. So it's the best. It's so good, and he knows exactly what he's doing. That's why we call him Stephen A. Smith. Or Stephen A. Todd. Yeah. It's the best.
That's so good.
No, the worst one was when he basically said Nikola Jokic.
Don't do it. Don't throw him under the bus like this. It's not for public consumption.
You guys can imagine. You guys can imagine what he was.
All in right now. Like, I believe it.
Yeah, it's
people still like him.
People do still like him, as they should. Good football player. What do you think of losing JFM? He was obviously an important piece for you guys for a couple of years, and that he goes and gets $20 million a year. That's awesome for him, but it leaves a bit of a hole.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's great. I think I said it every time I could last year. I think he's one of the best in the world at what he does, and he still is that. I'm super excited for him. He deserves every penny. Obviously, I'm not part of any of those negotiations, so I don't know where the Broncos ended up on that. If they weren't near that, I get it from an organizational standpoint, but also I get it from his point. Like, go get your money. He's back in the defense. He played with Saleh when he was with the Jets, and so I know he's excited. I know I talked to him the night before free agency, and kind of the teams he was talking to. So I'm excited for his opportunity, man. I'm going to follow him. I think he's going to go there and kill it like he did here the past few years. And so, yeah, it sucks, but obviously, that's the best part about this. Just next man up mentality. I know Indy will be ready, and some other guys, and so it's exciting, and it's their opportunity to go play good football.
Alex, a lot of fans think you can't cover tight ends. So my question to you is, how often are you actually asked to cover tight ends?
Fans are funny. I wish they could. I asked my agent the other day. I said, "Hey, is there a way like I was like, dude, just let me charge people $50. We'll do an all 22. They can't record anything, but like I'll answer any questions they have." And he's like, "No, you can't do that." And I was like, "Why?"
You absolutely can. We'll host it here at the DNVR Bar.
We would pay you to do it.
I'll make so much money, and I'll like man to man. Not. I mean, it's not. We're not like a all the time team. I mean, do we? Yes. Was every single time a tight end caught a ball this year my fault? No. But no, it's just funny. I love it. Let me just say, I don't think, as much as fans want to believe, that they would bring me back for more money if I was shitty.
Right.
Just put it that way. You know, so that's where we'll take it. Not often. And if people want to say, yes, the Saquon play, yeah, I had him one-on-one, and he scored a touchdown. That sucked. It was also my fault, though. You know, they checked something, and as the mic of the defense, I was able to check out of something else, and I didn't last second, and that's my fault. I'll take credit where I'm supposed to. I always have post-game. I always will. So that's, you know, a lot of my job is to do that, make sure guys are in the right place. I think when anyone catches the ball, I'm pissed off, no matter what it is. And that's, you know, one of my jobs is to be able to get everyone lined up in the right places and to win football games. If anybody thinks that they care more about winning than I do, they're nuts. So.
Well, Alex, you also got to take credit where credit is due in a good way. And I was thinking this morning, you probably like single-handedly won 2 games for the team last year. That pass breakup on Zach Ertz in Washington, if he catches that, game's probably over the other way. And then in the playoff game against the Bills, that fumble against James Cook, those were like 2 just individual plays that probably just won the games right there. When you look back to last year, what's your favorite play? Is it one of those 2? Is it something else that you look at?
I mean, I think both of those are special. Obviously, the Commanders one was more coming back from, I mean, cancer was kind of wrapped that up. You know what I mean? It was like one of those moments. I didn't know if I was going to get to that game. There was a lot of talk, obviously, behind the scenes of what was going to happen, how I'm going to get there. But I would say the Raider game, just as a whole, not knowing if it was my last game ever, but playing in it. And then obviously the Commander game being what it was, Sunday Night Football, coming back. Like, it was just super emotional and special. And then to be able to have that, and for anyone wondering, all these tight end people, that wasn't even my guy. He was running. So, you know, you only do it so often. And then, yeah, I mean, I think the Buffalo play was cool because that offense is elite. I mean, that's the reason they've been back to that round so many times. And so, you know, as a leader and a guy on the team, you know, when people ask someone needs to make a play, to be able to make that play to kind of spark that, it feels really good. Obviously, you know, when the game ends, to be able to look back and be like, hey, that was the spark we needed, and I was able to do that. And so that makes that special too.
What's your relationship like with Vance Joseph, and how nice is it for you to not have to go and change defensive coordinators and learn a new defense?
Yeah, that was something I did not want to do. There was about 0 chance of me wanting that to happen. Me and VJ are, I mean, as close as 2 people can get. I feel, you know, my job on a game day is to be him on the field. And I think, you know, the longer we've been together, the more I've realized what that actually means. Like, it's knowing what he's thinking before the play comes out. There's times during games where, like, he's about to call a play and I've already called the play because I just know what he's going to say in a situation. So having that relationship and how much it's evolved over the years and how much now I know it's going to continue to evolve is huge. Like, we are as close as, I mean, you need to be to win football games with a Mike linebacker and a defensive coordinator. Like, that's so much of the job is to just be able to relay his voice to 11 other guys all the time, under pressure and in every single situation.
I absolutely love it. Alex, last one for you. Going to hit you with another hard hitter right here. When was the last time you had short hair?
Senior year of college, my buddy and I bet each other $20 that we wouldn't grow our hair out during spring ball, and then it went through the summer, and then now we're here.
Wow, so that $20 has turned into a whole new look.
Yeah, and now my wife all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna shave my head, whatever. I want to shave it. I'm like, why not donate it? Whatever, raise some money, do something cool. And she's like, no, and I'm like. Yes. And so it hasn't worked out for me to even come close to being able to. And now I guess I have 2 more years of having long hair. So we're
I love it.
All right, so we're going to do an Alex Singleton film session at the DNVR bar. You're also going to shave your head for charity. We're going to raise a whole bunch of money for a whole bunch of causes.
Dude, we have a bunch. We got Special Olympics. We got testicular cancer. We got, anything. We did something yesterday with the Colorado Humane Society. Go adopt a dog, everybody, dude. They deserve it. They're the freaking best. We got a new little pit bull a few months ago. Actually, right after cancer, because I was like, dude, I need a new friend. Let's get one. We got one. Adopt a dog, go to Special Olympic events, and check yourself and go to the doctor if something feels funny, because it'll save your life.
Man, just the best. A philanthropist.
Never forget, go Cats.
Almost made it.
I think this season, by the way, in every sport, they do this town loaf and jug competition, town and country. Montana State won this year 11-1. So yeah, it's not even close anymore.
I had just seen the 2 losses in football, the 2 losses in men's basketball, and the 2 losses in women's basketball. So I'm glad we're including whatever else gets it to 11-1. It was a tough one.
Whatever other sports they want to put in there.
And then lost in the Big Sky Championship last night. So no March Madness for Montana this year.
Dude, the girls lost 2 for us. Idaho beat both of them.
Crazy. Idaho of all teams.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to Idaho to play sports, but
not me.
To Moscow, yeah, I don't know. Alex, you are the best. You're a philanthropist. You are the captain. You are just such an awesome guy. We appreciate having you on, and we're so pumped that you're back here for 2 more years.
I appreciate you guys. I'll have to get the other bandit on here, and we can have him make up tape. See where we go.
He can rage bait us for an hour in studio.
Right.
Yeah, we had that show with Josie once. Josie doesn't talk, and we'll just bring Justin on it.
right.
Well, let's have you both in here. We'd love that.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
Well, we'll make it happen. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate you.
Yep, appreciate you guys.
Man, the absolute best. Alex Singleton right there. That was great. Let's react to a couple of the things he said coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Game Time. Here's a fun one. I'm actually going to see the Rockies tomorrow down in Arizona.
There we go.
And tickets are cheap, especially over on Game Time. Game Time is the best. They've got all sorts of incredible perks, whether it's just, I just like the ability to look on a map. You just open it up. It's super easy. You don't have to click through a bunch of stuff. It'll just pop up with all the best deals on the map. When you zoom in, you get even more options. It makes it so much easier. They have the Game Time guarantee. You can trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time at the best price. There's nothing to worry about. And as they're called Game Time because the closer to game time it gets, the cheaper the deals get as they keep getting lower and lower. NHL tickets can be as low as $25 if you want to go see the Avs. Take the guesswork out of buying NHL tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today.
It is Taco Thursday, and you want to make sure to get your tacos over at Taco Bell. I'll tell you what. Nothing hits like a Taco Bell taco. It's just they know how to do tacos. That's why it's half their name right there. And they also know how to do chicken, bacon, ranch, street chalupas. For a limited time only, they've got that classic there. It's a cult classic is back. Get your set of 2 street-sized cheddar chalupa shells filled with slow roasted chicken, flavorful bacon, freshly prepared pico de gallo, shredded cheese, and avocado, and ranch sauce. They're not just limiting this American flavor combination to its street chalupa format, but why not try it with some Taco Bell's iconic nacho fries? That's right. You can get all of that on top of the nacho fries. And don't forget to add one of the new items from the Taco Bell Luxe Value Menu with 10 items, $3 or under. The Luxe Value Menu at Taco Bell delivers. No one delivers everyday value like Taco Bell. Live Más over at Taco Bell. Huge shout out to Alex Singleton for joining us. Huge shout out to everyone in the chat that's being nice. We love our guy, Cody.
And shout out to all the people who came and spammed the chat with bullshit. You're just pushing us up the algorithm.
The algorithm. Yes.
Hit us with the thumbs up. We appreciate everyone that's tuning in right now. And guys, every time I talk to Alex, it just brings a smile to my face. And Ryan, I think one of your questions got a great answer. Well, all of your questions got a great answer. But one that I really want to hit on is and just the importance of Alex Singleton and these type of players. You asked him about his connection with Vance Joseph, and he said, my job is to be Vance on the field. Yep. And that is not something that anyone sees. Like, only people inside the building. Like, we don't even get to really see that, and we have really good access there. But he is Vance's head on the field. And he admitted when he didn't make the check against Saquon properly, he said, that's on me. But then he does that every single play. He's making the checks, making the calls, being Vance on the field. And that just shows you, if Vance didn't have 100% confidence in him, Alex Singleton would not be back.
Exactly. Vance Joseph, George Payton, Sean Payton.
His teammates.
All on him. And according to PJ Locke, everyone on the team. Not like Alex as a person.
Right.
Like Alex as a player.
Right.
If I was Alex, that Saquon check would be the one check I would never miss. My first thought on every play is like,
make sure I'm not on Saquon.
What's my job here? Oh, Saquon? Like, that would be immediate.
Yeah.
Yep, not that one. Give me something else.
You win some, you lose some.
You do.
And I just love how he on the Zach Ertz one, he's like, that wasn't even my guy. I remember talking to him after the game and about that play, and he goes, yeah, I saw, it was Mariota, right? Like, I saw his eyes getting big and his body was like facing the middle of the field. And I turn around and I see Zach Ertz, who I'm not supposed to be covering, and I go, oh shit. So I just sprint toward him because I know the ball is going there. And then right when I'm reaching my hand up, I see the ball get there and I'm able to punch it away.
Henry, do you mind one more time sharing the linebackers who are making around the same money as Alex Singleton?
Yes.
Because we have some new eyeballs here today.
It'll take just a second.
Cool.
But I do think if we had time for one more question. Remember, so he played the game on the torn ACL.
Yep.
He played with cancer. We don't know when he got the cancer, probably over the summer or something. They don't know for sure. He also played with the 2 broken thumbs. And I would be curious, which of those is the toughest to play football through? Because the cancer drains your entire body. The thumbs, when you're a linebacker, are useful. Then the ACL, we've all heard about ACLs.
Yeah. I would think it would be the cancer.
I would think cancer as well.
Yeah. And not because of necessarily the physical effects before he knew it. Mm-hmm. It's the anxiety that comes over you once you know it. Like, I'm sure people have had experience where you think something might be wrong with you.
Yeah.
And you feel a certain way, like it feels like there's like a cloud hanging over you until you know for sure you're good. And so I can't imagine the opposite of that, where you find out you're not good, and then you have to try to go through everyday life.
And then know the next day you're having surgery.
Yeah.
Too. Holy cow.
There are 6 players who make $7.5 million as a linebacker. Actually, Baron Browning, one of them, obviously different position now, but interesting to include just because he's Baron Browning. Blake Cashman from the Vikings. Nate Landman, DNVR's own.
Nice.
Pete Werner of the Saints, and then Eric Wilson, also of the Vikings. And those are the exact same. He's making $500,000 more than Cody Barton and Divine Diablo. Again, we watched Cody Barton here. I'd pay the $500,000. Christian Ellis, Drew Tranquil, you get down to Justin Sternad. Like, that's kind of fits in right where you'd expect.
And I go back to what Baldy said yesterday. He is a solid, reliable player.
Right.
And he's getting paid like one.
And if you were paying him 21,
getting a little bit underpaid as one.
If you were paying him triple, like Fred Warner gets paid triple,
you would get 3 times as good of a player.
Probably. Or maybe not. Maybe not even
quite 3 times. But you'd get the guy who can cover a running back on a wheel route. Maybe.
Give me Saquon. Fred Warner versus Saquon on a wheel route. Give me Saquon. I'll say that.
I would probably take that as well.
And what I've heard, I think Alex was pretty modest with it in my question that I asked him about how often he's asked to cover tight ends. What I've heard about Vance Joseph, he rarely, if not never, puts that responsibility one-on-one, a linebacker against a tight end. That's just not how, most defenses don't draw it up that way unless you have the Fred Warner, but that is definitely how Vance draws it up. And he was pretty modest there. He didn't want to throw any teammates under the bus, so he didn't. But he's not asked to do that. Vance asks either a slot guy. Sometimes it's Jade. We saw that, and Jade did a great job when he was asked to do that. And a lot of the times it's the safety that's asked to do that.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who's played Madden knows you don't want that.
Right. That's one of those things you just avoid.
Yeah.
And anyone who plays Madden knows how that kind of lines up. Like if you're playing cover 2-man out of nickel, that means you're going to have both your linebackers in coverage. So you have to pick one to cover the tight end, although there are 2 safeties over the top to help. And if you're not playing cover 2-man, then your linebackers don't need to cover a linebacker one-on-one in the first place.
A tight end, yeah.
Or, sorry, linebackers not here. That's what Madden tells you.
It's like the Toyota chat is back to calmness.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all the real ones who are here every day. And, like I said earlier, I don't expect everyone to love everything the Broncos are doing. I really don't.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't even care if you hate everything the Broncos are doing. It's just the personal attacks on either people on the set, people that are joining our show, that it doesn't fly.
No. Again, there's just a right way to approach things. Like to the guy who was comparing people to Saddam Hussein. We just don't do that. That's just clearly across a line.
Yep.
So one thing that when we continue this conversation about what the Broncos are doing, they have made some moves on the coaching side, which we'll get to, and want to continue to break this down. One thing that this is just an honest question that I want to know from the Twitter chat, and I'll get your guys' answer at the end of the show. Right now, who are a couple or one person that's available that you want the Broncos to sign right now? Like if that move comes through the wire later today, you're like, okay, let's go. I'm feeling a lot better about where this team is at. Not the moves they missed on, but guys that are available right now. I want some names thrown out there. And I'll let you guys think about that as well. Okay, so one other piece of news, because I think Dallas Goedert might be a name that people drop in here. Mm-hmm. We learned yesterday that the Eagles actually did an interesting thing. He was supposed to become a free agent yesterday, along with everyone, but they pushed his
void date.
His void date.
4 years in the contract.
Yes, they pushed that to tomorrow, so he can't become a free agent until tomorrow. And it's like, well, why'd they do that? It gives them 48 more hours to negotiate a new deal with him before he becomes a free agent. So there's a chance that they actually get a new deal done in the next 24 hours, and he doesn't become a free agent. And if not, then he will become a free agent. So that's one that, I'm even seeing people when I ask them to let me know who they want, they're saying Dallas Goedert. So he's actually not available right now. So that's tomorrow's a date to watch if he gets that deal done or not. And we talked about it. We did a mini pod yesterday, and that was a name that we brought up was Dallas Goedert.
Totally. There's a real chance that the Broncos said, we're going to check on the running backs. And if not, we think Dallas Goedert would be the perfect addition to this offense. And their plan all along has been Dallas Goedert. And a point came. Again, we know 4 or 5 teams are in on Adam Troutman, despite, again, some people saying he couldn't get a contract in the UFL. There were other teams in on Adam Troutman, and they said, you know what? We can't risk striking out on Goedert.
Were you able to confirm that they were NFL teams?
Actually, we don't know that for sure.
Did that come from our friend Christo Mason, I think?
I think it was Christo Mason.
Could you imagine how funny that question would have been from Chris? Like, Adam's like, well, I had 4 or 5 other teams interested in me. And he's like, NFL teams?
They were NFL teams, right? Yeah, and so
incredible.
There's a real chance that that's the timeline. Again, like all we have is speculation from the outside, but they just realized, well, we want Troutman as our backup plan. We want Goedert for sure. We need to make sure we don't lose Troutman because then we're stuck if we don't get Goedert. And if we wind up with both, we get both. And the reason they haven't signed anybody is because Dallas Goedert was the big name that's been circled at the top of the board, and tomorrow's the day. Again,
he's
it's speculation.
not available right now.
No, not until the contract voids can other teams negotiate, and it doesn't void until tomorrow.
So keep your eyes on Dallas Goedert tomorrow. Not today. It's a really good way to put it there, Henry. All right, let's continue to break down some pertinent Broncos news. That's coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Shopify. They power our business and a bunch of others. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. What kind of dreams did you have when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grow up? They have all those answers for you because it's never a bad time to jump in and make your dreams a reality. If you're, whatever you're trying to sell, whatever business you're trying to do online, they have you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email and social media marketing, and more. They also have AI tools. They're designed to help you maximize your sales. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. There's a reason they're the best at. There's a reason everybody goes to Shopify. Turn your business idea into cash with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Go check them out. That's the spot to go for all your e-commerce needs.
And if you need to go actually in person to buy something, you got to have a Toyota to get you there. And if you are going to the airport, if you are going to school, if you are going to work, if you are going to the mountains, if you're doing a cross-country trip, you want the most reliable car. And that is what Toyota brings, is reliability plus the ability to get anywhere you absolutely want, because they have nearly 20 different available all-wheel drive vehicles. They have nearly 20 different hybrid vehicles to choose from, and you can even mix and match. You can combine those two, and they've been in the truck game for generations. People kind of sleep on it. You should not be sleeping on their trucks because they've been doing it for a long time. Might I recommend the Toyota iForce Max hybrid truck that you can get, and if you want to get your hands on one, visit your Front Range Toyota store at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota, Eastern Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. Be like our guy, Cody, and hit us with a thumbs up. Welcome back to the DNVR Broncos podcast. We've got a lot of super chats to get to, which we will in just a second. But guys, there was some other news, non-personnel related news to the Broncos this morning. The Broncos have officially unveiled their coaching staff for the 2026 season, and Todd Davis remains part of it.
Let's go, Todd.
He's employed.
Absolutely.
So, it's a good thing that he's still on the coaching staff, because if he wasn't, then I would say mean things about the linebackers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's the other reason why I said
Right.
nice things.
It's our Todd bias.
Did I mention the Dre Greenlaw news already?
I don't think so.
He's been officially released. And so they took a couple of days to do it, and that kind of drew some speculation, like, are they actually going to try to trade him right now?
Right.
No, they're not trading him. He is gone. Another notable move on the Broncos coaching staff, they've hired Willie Snead. That name sound familiar?
Yes.
Which Willie Snead?
The fourth?
The fourth.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
that's
you
the
for
one I
helping
was
me with that.
hoping
I'm
for.
never sure about those Roman numerals.
Really?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Could've been
I
six.
learned them from the Super Bowls, which I feel like is a
Yes.
thing that you would know.
Yeah, but then once you put the I on one side, I guess if it's on the left, it's negative, and if
Yep.
it's on the right, it's positive.
There you
So
go.
I could have done it. I just wasn't sure. That's why I
Right.
need you to tell me it's the fourth
I am glad it is the fourth who will be coaching.
instead of the
the-
sixth, because the sixth would be maybe
Very
not even
young.
born. Yeah,
Right.
Probably not born.
Inconvenient at the very least.
Yeah, yeah. And he also played under Sean for 4 years in New Orleans. He played in the NFL for over 10 years. So this is an interesting one. We know that the Darren Sproles is joining the coaching staff, is a fall intern or a training camp intern this coming fall. But now this is another former player that Sean's kind of given an opportunity to, and probably more than just an opportunity by being an offensive quality control coach. This is like a real job. You grind your ass off all
Yeah.
year,
That's the one.
all year. And so it's going to be interesting to see his career going forward. So if you see and you see a guy on the sideline, you're like, he looks like a former NFL player. Well, he is a former NFL player.
Yep.
Probably won't be saying that about Darren Sproles.
Right.
Yeah, no, probably not. No.
If you look at the
Why is
sideline and
Zach
say,
on the
wow,
field?
why is that really small guy out there? Or if you say like, oh, who's that guy with all that hair?
Which really
Yeah.
makes
Then it's
Darren
really Snead.
Sproles' career all that more impressive.
5'5". That's so impressive.
Truly.
Reminder, Broncos do have Deuce Vaughn
Deuce
on the
Vaughn.
roster.
Oh. So he's going to be able to mentor
Yeah,
Deuce Vaughn.
yeah.
Right? The guy who broke the short record.
Wow. Let me snag some Deuce Vaughn stock.
I like that. And what
Okay.
I'll say is Sean Payton said Darren Sproles' name when talking about RJ Harvey after drafting RJ Harvey. Didn't say like they're the exact same, but said like he sees similarities. So Darren Sproles is a guy that could actually continue to help RJ Harvey.
If I were to tell you 2-minute drill tomorrow, Broncos lining up, need a touchdown, and you either get Deuce Vaughn on the field for every play or Darren Sproles on the field, I don't know. How old is Darren Sproles? Who do you take?
I think I would guess Darren Sproles is 38.
42.
Okay.
That makes it a little tougher.
Yikes.
Mine's still there.
I'm still
You
taking
can protect.
Sproles.
I am too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
so.
no disrespect that way.
No,
but I'm
I
taking-
mean,
he was
It
so
goes
hard
back
to
to
tackle.
us
Right.
like talking to TD at the Super Bowl, and we're like, "Can you give us a drive?" And I think he said, "Can't give us a game, you can give us a
Yeah,
drive."
yeah.
33-year-old Willie Snead or current Michael Bandy?
Bandy man.
I think
Yeah,
Bandy,
Bandy
man.
Man.
I think that's
yeah,
Bandy.
give me Mr. Touchdown. An interesting one. The Broncos director of game management, who's typically in the booth, like talking to Sean about game management, Evan Rothstein, is now an assistant quarterback coach while also being the game manager. So interesting. He's kind of going from kind of a coaching role to
Right.
now like definitely a coaching role to help out Logan Kilgore there. Now it kind of makes sense. Logan Kilgore, this is I think his 4th year in the NFL. His first as a position coach, and Evan Rothstein's been doing this for 24 years, so you add some experience to that room.
Yeah, and Evan Rothstein doesn't have anything to do Monday through Saturday if he's not a coach.
Well, yeah,
Also
so
true.
you give him a
Okay.
little pay bump and put him to work.
Yeah.
So he was research and analysis assistant in 2021 for the Patriots. Next year, offensive assistant. And then 2023 was the assistant quarterbacks coach for the Patriots. And I don't remember that being a great year for the Patriots quarterbacks, but still kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been no, it wouldn't have been McDaniels. He would have been Raiders.
And then final update, Chris Morgan, who was the Broncos assistant offensive line coach, now the offensive line coach. People are like, what about Zach Stevens? He just keeps the same title he was. Last year, he was promoted to offensive run game coordinator and assistant head coach. He maintains that as well. So I think that's pretty much all of the news for the Broncos. Now let's get out to some super chats that we've got in the chat right now, and let's get to them. We got a lot here. We got HG9UT. It says, please ask Singleton what he is going to do to adjust to losing JFM in free agency. Well,
I gotcha.
yep, that was a good question from Henry there. And there's no doubt that JFM is going to be missed, and it's now next man up. And it's a position you want to be in as a team where you can't pay everyone. Sean was in that with the Saints when they drafted. They had that draft class where they had like 4 All-Pros, and they had to let Trey Hendrickson walk.
Yep.
And that's how he ended up with the Cincinnati Bengals there.
Calais Campbell.
There you go.
That's how we handle it.
I also
man,
like
I love it.
Inu Uzurike. People called me crazy a year ago for saying he was going to be a starter in the NFL, but I think we're on that trajectory. Last year of his contract as well, though.
We'll pass this message along to Alex from G Phoenix, who says, Alex, screw all these haters in the chat. There were a lot of haters, but there were also a lot of people, fans
Right.
and supporters.
Somebody said they're buying a jersey.
There we go.
Yeah.
I love it. Matthew Cody says, Broncos win AFC West, 3rd seed overall. This is his 2026 prediction. Win wild card at home against the Patriots. Win divisional game versus the Jags. Win the championship game in Buffalo. Then win Super Bowl 61 in revenge matchup versus the 49ers. Sign me up.
What are we getting revenge for? A Super Bowl like 40 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Just making sure I was.
You know, be extra cool about that is you'd be beating the Bills in the first AFC Championship game hosted in their new stadium, and you'd be the one beating them.
That'd be nice.
We'd own that place.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd
Yep.
be like Burrowhead all over again.
Oh my
Would.
goodness.
Whoa. What's the new stadium called? Highmark. Beaumark Nixman. Doesn't really work.
We'll work on
We'll
it.
work
Oh
on
my
that.
kind of words. Evan Heister says best way to tell if someone doesn't know ball is if they think Alex sucks. Best way to tell if someone's a piece of ass or shit.
That's totally different. That's totally different.
I tried to make it
You tried
more
to censor
PG
it,
and
but
it just went the
not
opposite
neat.
Changes
way.
the entire vibe of the sentence.
Alex dropped an F-bomb.
But as if they're an Alex hater. Yes, he did.
He is
I
a
loved
linebacker.
it. I loved it. What I'll say too is for former players, they all like Alex, and that says a lot in terms of like analysts nationally, locally, just former players on Twitter. They all think he's the truth, and that kind of says a lot right there. Neem Dog says, Justin Strnad signing is so overlooked. I wanted him as our starting linebacker, and I'm super happy he's back. Haters gonna hate. Go Broncos. Go Avs. Love it, Neem Dog. Speaking of Justin, I view Justin as an extremely, like an elite blitzing linebacker. And this takes nothing away from him. There was a stat by Next Gen Stats that came out earlier this week that actually showed that Justin was like the 4th best inside linebacker rusher. Alex Singleton was the best in terms of, I think it was pressure rate or something. And it was just like, oh man, that's going to be fun tool for Vance Joseph to use.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And they just work so well together too. Because like it was Strnad with Greenlaw, who plays a very similar role, which is why they kind of alternated for each other. But when you get the defensive line, first of all, is doing all their like stunts to like twist the offensive line up. You've got Strnad as your blitzer, and Singleton's job is basically, he's almost like playing like a goalie, like just staying wide and not letting anybody pass him at the next level. Like they've kind of cracked the code, and they have something that really works for them in the run defense. It's part of the reason why, if it's this cheap, you just bring him back.
Next one coming in from Wyoming Cowboy, who says, keeping Jaquan McMillan is huge. If he were a free agent signing, we'd all be excited about that. Also, Bo is ascending. With Bo ascending, that's better than any free agent signing. Wyoming Cowboy, it's such a good point. And it's something that I haven't wanted to say because people are just going to crush me. But like the Broncos were good enough last year. If Bo doesn't get hurt, they're in the Super Bowl. And they might be a Super Bowl team, and then a Super Bowl winning team. And then what happens to Super Bowl teams? They get depleted. They get picked apart in free agency. The Broncos wouldn't be getting depleted. They wouldn't be getting picked apart. They would lose JFM and PJ Locke, but that's not depleted right there. So, like, if Bo didn't get hurt, we might be being like, wow, the Broncos are having a great offseason. They're barely losing anyone from this Super Bowl team. And the other point you brought up, Bo Nix still ascending. Yeah, he should still be ascending. He's only showed us that he's ascending right there. That's the next step for this team, is Bo and this offense taking the next step together.
Best game of his career is the one he got injured in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Willie Two Fists says, Broncos fans seem to forget George Payton signed Benito, Allen, and PS2 to team-friendly deals before free agency. Good teams keep their own and don't overpay. And holy cow, 2 years into that PS2 deal, man. It is.
What is he now? 5th, 6th highest paid corner?
Not top 5 is what I know.
6th.
And Trent McDuffie just got $31 million a year. Pat Surtain's making $24 million a year. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
That's a whole Alex Singleton.
There you go. Exactly.
There's a chance that Riley winds up getting the same contract.
As Pat?
Because like Alontae Taylor just went and got $20 million a year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like Riley's looking like about a $20 million a year corner. Good year. Could he get to 24?
Oh my God.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
It's like 3 picks.
Crazy.
Right.
Crazy point.
It is kind of crazy.
Pass interferences.
But then you have to give Pat the raise. Like you have him locked up, but I don't know how you. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Riley getting paid more than Pat would be insane.
Well, isn't this the first year that Pat even gets the raise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first year of his deal, technically.
That's why you get those
coming up.
deals done early. That's why you don't be like the Bengals or the Cowboys who wind up paying a bonus 30% to every one of their players because they wait so long.
Yeah.
Then if you do that, you don't get to sign Alec Pierce to a $114 million deal.
Right. Or Romeo Dobbs to the $80 million. Oh my, it's just
Craziness.
terrible.
Neem Dog says, same trolls now are the ones that hated when we drafted Bo. JK and Alex, we love you. Don't listen to the bozos. I just wanted Cade Otton, man. That's all. Yeah, and he went back
nice.
to Tampa Bay.
Well, if it's
I
Goddard.
still think that there's
What
a
if it's
chance
Goddard?
that my theory is just right.
Oh,
That Bo Nix doesn't like tight ends, and so the Broncos aren't going to invest in the
there's a
position.
chance.
Maybe. And Devin says, would still love this offseason if the Broncos went after Jacob Rodriguez, Dallin Bentley, Le'Veon Moss, and Caleb Proctor in the draft. Yeah,
That's a lot of
first
highly
round
ranked
picks. Yeah.
prospects.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be it.
Sick, though.
Yeah, I would love that, Devin. Thanks for throwing those names out that way. That's going to do it for you guys. Oh, do we have more? No. Oh, okay. That's going to do it for you guys for the week. And before we get out of here, because we mentioned it yesterday, there's a report, and Dre and I are going to dive into this a lot more tomorrow, but I do want to get your guys' opinion on this, and it's about Brandon Ayuk. There was a report that the 49ers have still not released him, and that they may be looking for a trade.
Go look at the stats of Terrence Ferguson at Oregon.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's a report that the 49ers might be looking to trade Brandon Ayuk. So I have two questions for you. I'm going to ask him in overtime. Go to thednvr.com to continue the conversation online. And the first question is, would you sign Brandon Ayuk if he was just released?
I would do the Baldy method. Bring him in, give him a physical, talk to him.
Talk to him a lot.
And then
Keep talking.
Talk for a while.
Is he going to do anything weird while we're
go
talking?
to like an ice cream drive-through with him.
See if he just eats it or if he lets it melt in his hand.
It's one thing if he does it on his own Instagram live. It's another if you're like with George Payton and Sean Payton, you just let it do it.
He's just sitting there like that.
The
What
ice
the hell's
cream
going
test.
on?
He's like, thanks for this, guys. It's all over his
I love these.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that reminds me of Sean said there's like no sugar days at practice. There's no sweet days. Remember that during training camp?
I don't.
I know what you're
actually.
talking about, like
I forget
easy
what
days.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying, yeah.
And it was the same day they brought the snow cone truck out. I was like, well, this is hilarious. But yeah, it's like on snow cone day, is he just going to be super weird with his snow cone? just standing there.
He's got a rainbow hand afterwards.
I'm like, does it matter? Like if he's smiling while it melts on his hand, he's like, yeah, like weird guy, but at least like good vibes. Does it matter?
If you're smiling, that might be creepier.
Right. But I don't want the angry guy who's just sitting there with it melting
Yeah,
in his
that
hand.
sounds-
Because that's a massive red flag.
So you bring him in, you talk to him.
Yep.
So
Bring him
then,
in,
are you
ice
trading
cream.
for him?
Probably not.
You'd have to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we get a visit?
Right.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
talking to him. But again, like the difference, you have the last two picks in the draft. Give one of those up for a guy you think could be good. Absolutely. But you have to have reason
Not the
to
last
think.
one, though.
The
I
second
want
to last one.
Mr.
Right.
Relevant.
Yeah. You want Chad Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Bring him
Broncos'
back.
last Mr. Irrelevant
Would you
pick.
trade for Chad Kelly? Because that's kind of the conversation
I
we're
would
having.
trade the second to last pick in the draft for the last pick in the draft.
Wow.
I might too. It's a pretty fun one to have. Rat Peck Dex says, we don't even know what kind of offense Davis Webb will be running or if he'll use the Titan more than Sean did. Maybe
Tight end.
An evolution.
tight
yeah.
end more than Sean did. Maybe Evan Ingram catches 70 balls this season. It's a really good point. And another thing that you just have to remember about Evan Ingram is Davis Webb and Evan Ingram were teammates.
Yep.
They are close. And so if you want hope for Evan Ingram to be more productive this year, I think that's all you need to hear right there is not only that, but then Davis Webb still wants him on the team. So I think he's going to have big plans for Evan Ingram this season. And I do think Bo's going to throw to a tight end this year.
Yeah. And I don't know that Evan Ingram's going to have like a breakout year or anything. In fact, I'd probably bet against it. But year two in the same offense, not needing to learn a whole bunch of different things. Like, you know, the playbook, you know, the terminology, it counts for something. And so like that alone should lead to more production. It's just getting to the level of what you expected would be a huge reach, of course.
Yeah. But I believe it was the game that Davis Webb called where one of the first plays of the game was a throw to Evan Ingram that ended in like a 60-yard catch.
Yeah.
Be good like that.
You're absolutely right. That was that. Jennifer in the chat says we should keep super chatting so they can't go.
That's so
yeah,
nice.
if you keep super chatting us, we won't go. But as of right now, I think we're out of super chats. Is that right, Dion? So that's going to do it for us today. You two have a terrific weekend.
Thank you.
And don't worry, we're not going anywhere. I'm going to be back tomorrow with Dre at 11 a.m. where we're going to be talking about 2 wide receivers the Broncos could potentially add.
I have a prediction. I will be joining an emergency pod from the Rocky spring training game tomorrow because they'll sign Dallas Goedert.
All right?
Wow.
I just
love
want this
it.
on the
Bookmark
record
it.
for when it happens.
It's on the record.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then we'll see Henry tomorrow afternoon on the emergency pod when the Broncos down
Yep.
Dallas Goedert. We'll see you then.
God bless Bo Nix.
We all silly like the mayor.